Hey everyone, and welcome to another Explainer. Today, we're tackling a topic that is honestly super crucial, but also notoriously confusing, navigating the whole administrative maze to get your North Carolina driving record online. I'm really thrilled to guide you through this because knowing exactly how to grab this info can literally save you a tremendous amount of time, money, and stress down the road. Okay, picture this. You're sitting at your desk, you're finally submitting that absolute dream job application. Or maybe you're on the phone trying to lock in a much better rate on your car insurance. And then suddenly, they ask for it, your official driving history. You need your driving record, and you need it like right now. The panic sets in, right? Where do you even go? How long is this whole thing gonna take? Okay, let's dive into this. While dealing with state bureaucracy is probably nobody's idea of a fun afternoon, securing this document quickly is just incredibly vital. Whether it's keeping that job application alive, verifying your history so you don't get hit with an unfair spike in your car insurance, preparing for a traffic court appearance, or even navigating a license restoration, this document is pretty much the golden key. So here is our quick roadmap for this explainer. We'll start by looking at what an MVR actually is. Then we'll walk step by step through the online process: preparation, navigating the My NCDMV portal, requesting the right record, and finally receiving it. We'll wrap up with some troubleshooting and final tips just to get you past any roadblocks.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1. What exactly is an MVR? Let's establish what we're actually trying to obtain here. Down in North Carolina, your driving record is officially called a motor vehicle record, or MVR for short. Think of it as a master file of your interactions with the DMV. It tracks when your license was issued, your total DMV points, any suspensions, and any moving violations or accidents. But here's the kicker. Under the Federal Driver's Privacy Protection Act, this isn't just some open public file anyone can look up. It's heavily restricted. Because it's packed with personal info, the state requires strict digital authentication before they let you peek at your own road reputation.
Which brings us to Section 2, Step 1, Preparation.
So, the crucial point is that gathering your tools beforehand is the absolute best way to prevent those incredibly frustrating session timeouts on the DMV website. You need to have your digital keys totally ready to go. That means your North Carolina driver's license or ID number, your date of birth, the last 4 digits of your social security number, and a valid credit or debit card. Simply put, without these exact identifiers, the online security system just isn't going to let you in.
All right, moving on to Section 3, Step 2, Navigating the My NCDMV portal. This is where the magic actually happens. We'll keep the cognitive load low here and just walk through the exact clicks. First, you're going to head over to the official portal at payments.ncdot.gov. From that main menu, just select Driver Services. Next, click on the button that says Request Driving Record. At that point, the system is going to prompt you to punch in those exact driver identifiers we just gathered in our prep step. And once it authenticates you, boom, you're in.
Section 4, Step 3, Requesting the Record. And this brilliantly illustrates the most critical decision point of the entire process, because you actually have to choose between 2 very distinct paths here: a certified record or a non-certified record. A certified record is an official legal document that actually has an electronic signature from the North Carolina Commissioner of Motor Vehicles. If you're heading to traffic court, you absolutely need this one. In fact, traffic attorneys constantly warn that judges might just flat out refuse to admit a non-certified record into evidence. Having that certified copy helps correct systemic court errors and can prevent unfair sentence enhancements. But on the flip side, the non-certified record has the exact same data on it. It just lacks that official seal. That makes it perfect if you just want to do a personal review, verify something for your insurance, or attach it to a job application. Now, let's talk about the cost, because nobody likes surprise fees. Keep in mind that North Carolina adjusts these fees for inflation, and they actually bumped them up by nearly 20% back in July of 2024. As it stands right now, the base fee for a certified record is $18, while a non-certified one is $12.75. But, and this is a big but, watch out for the online surcharges at checkout. The vendor, pay it, tax on a $3 flat transaction fee plus a 1.85% card processing surcharge on the total amount. So just factor that in.
Okay, on to Section 5, Step 4, Receiving the Record.
All right, you've paid, the transaction went through securely, and you're at the finish line. Honestly, the absolute best part of this online method is the instant gratification. Your record is generated right then and there as an uncompressed digital PDF. But, and please listen to this massive warning, do not close your browser window.
You have to actually click the Download Document button and make sure that PDF is safely saved to your computer or phone before you exit out of that secure gateway. If you close it too early, you're probably going to have to start the whole entire process over again.
Finally, Section 6, Troubleshooting and Final Tips. So up until now, we've walked through the perfect happy path. But let's shift gears and do some troubleshooting, because, technology and bureaucracy don't always play nicely together. Here's a really common roadblock. What if you're a brand new resident, or you lost your card, and you just literally don't know your North Carolina license or ID number? Well, if you don't have that specific number, the online portal is unfortunately totally locked to you. You're going to have to do it the old-fashioned, manual way. You'll need to print out the official Driver Privacy Protection Act request form. It's known as Form DL-DPPA-1. Fill the whole thing out and mail it to the DMV along with a check or money order. And just a heads up, this snail mail process takes about 10 business days for them to process, and that's not even counting the time it takes to travel through the mail.
Here's another highly specific, but honestly super critical edge case that we found in the source material. What if you're dealing with some international matters and they say you need a physical raised seal on the document for out-of-country purposes? Well, the technical reality of the MyNCD MBV online portal is that a digital PDF obviously can't generate a physical, tactile raised seal on a piece of paper. So if your specific legal situation requires that physical bumpy stamp, you just can't use the online download. You'll have to order your certified record either in person, specifically at the Raleigh or Huntersville offices, or by mailing in that same DL-DPPA-1 form we just talked about, with a written note explicitly requesting the raised seal. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it sums up the immense hidden value of what we've been talking about today. Your driving record is more than a list of tickets. It's your road reputation. Just monitoring this document is so incredibly powerful. Systemic errors happen literally all the time. A suspended license might still show up as active months after you've paid your fees, or an accident might be coded entirely wrong. To put that into perspective, just one single speeding ticket on your record can jack up your insurance premiums by an average of 52% in North Carolina. Checking your record periodically lets you catch and fix those errors before they quietly drain your wallet. Before we wrap this up, just a quick but very necessary disclaimer. North Carolina DMV regulations, their administrative processes, and all those exact fees we talked about are always subject to change by state law. So you should absolutely always verify the most current details straight from the official NCDMV website or have a chat with local authorities just to be perfectly sure. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. What does your road reputation say about you right now? Are there weird errors lurking on your files, silently driving up your monthly insurance bill? Now that you know exactly how fast and simple it actually is to pull your record online, there's really no excuse not to know. Go check your record, protect your reputation, and drive safe out there. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll see you next time.